Hi there, this is my personal car. It's a 2018 Mazda MX-5 Miata. It's a lease, of course, and what I thought I'd do is tell you the story behind this car and how I managed to lease it for effectively $105 per month. So back in August of 2018, I was browsing Leasehackr forum for ideas on what car to get next. Somebody had just posted a deal on a Miata they just leased, and that really piqued my interest because Miatas, or really any interesting car, well, they tend to not lease very well. But here was Mazda offering $4,000 in incentives on all 2018 Miatas in anticipation of the 2019 ND2 Miata that was soon to arrive. On top of this incentive, Mazda was offering a super low money factor of 0.00014, which is equivalent to an APR of 0.3%, unheard of for a specialty car like the Miata. Can't say that I was ever a huge Miata person, but here was a chance to try something fun and different without huge expense or commitment. So I reached out to the local Mazda dealer. Using the Leasehackr calculator, I had already calculated a target deal that I was shooting for. We exchanged a few texts, agreed on a deal, and I showed up the next day to pick up the car. My 2018 MX-5 Miata Grand Touring with a soft top and manual retailed for $31,390. After the $4,000 incentive and a $2,000 dealer discount, the net cost of the car was $25,390. The 36-month residual was 52%. The money factor, like I said earlier, was 0.00014. I chose to roll in the first month's payment and all fees, including registration fees, for a true zero drive-off lease. All in all, it ended up being $335 per month, including tax, with zero out-of-pocket. Pretty good deal on a Miata. Unfortunately, it's not something you can replicate today, or even the months after I leased the car, as the programs changed. The brilliant thing about leasing is that with most lenders, not all, you can have a third party buy out the lease from you. In my case, I have 3 months left on my lease. If I wanted to buy it out today, my current purchase balance is around $17,000. However, used car prices are going through the roof right now due to a supply shortage. Carvana, an online used car retailer, is willing to pay $24,500 for my car. Basically what that means is they'll buy out the car from the lender, pay off the purchase balance, and pay me the remaining $7,500, making my lease effectively $105 per month. So Carvana is coming to pick up my car next week, and I'll be sad to see it go. For $105 per month, or even at $335 per month, this has been an incredible value. In my particular case, this lease was certainly much cheaper than buying a used Miata, paying sales tax on the entire car, and selling it later. Instead, I got a brand new car with a full warranty and fresh set of tires and brakes to use. I also recognize that this is obviously an anomaly. It's a combination of two things: a great lease deal to begin with, and a temporary increase in used car values. But there's still a lesson to be learned here. And that is, don't, whatever you do, return your lease without first getting an appraisal from Carvana, Vroom, Shift, or CarMax. You might have lease equity, especially if your car is in good shape and it has low miles. If that's the case, you should definitely sell your car to a third party rather than just returning it. The second thing is, a lot of people think that when you're leasing a car, you're just throwing away money, that you're paying a lot to rent a car without anything in return. Well, the truth is, the main expense of any new car is depreciation. Whether you're buying or leasing, that's what you're mainly paying for. By leasing, you're letting the bank take on the risk of depreciation. And if it turns out the car is actually worth more at lease end than originally anticipated, there could be ways to access that equity. It could be a win-win. So if you know what you're doing, leasing can actually be pretty advantageous. And on that note, happy lease hacking. And on that note, happy lease hacking.
Can you smile more?